Have you ever had the experience where you meet someone and everything feels amazing at first, but then you start to feel him pulling away? Maybe he gets a little distant, he takes longer to respond to messages, maybe he tells you he's really busy, and you just notice that the connection you felt has gone a little cold. And then your mind starts spinning. You're wondering, what did I do wrong? Is he seeing someone else? And you're probably also trying to figure out what you should do to get that connection back. When this happens, it's so easy to make it mean something about you. But that's exactly where we give our power away. So in this video, we're gonna shift that. I'm gonna talk about what's really going on when you attract emotionally unavailable men and how to change that pattern so that these men actually start to become a huge turnoff to you. And you start attracting men that are clear and consistent and ready for the same kind of connection that you are looking for. So, first, let's talk about what emotionally unavailable actually means. Most of the time, when we say someone is emotionally unavailable, what we really mean is that I want something deeper with this person, but it's not being reciprocated. That's it. It doesn't need to be more complicated. We don't need to dive into the psychology or give them a diagnosis or try to figure out why they are the way that they are and how you can fix it. Because it's not something that you can fix. It's also not your fault. It's simply information, important information that shows you that this person isn't aligned with the same kind of connection that you want. The reason why doesn't really matter. But this is the part when most women start to question themselves and start to overfunction in this dynamic. And this is also where a lot of the pain and heartbreak comes in because you start to think, maybe I'm too much, maybe I'm not enough. If I just do X, he'll open up. If I just show him how amazing I am, he'll change, he'll choose me, he'll see me. But none of that is true. And a man's emotional unavailability has nothing to do with you. When someone, anyone, not just a man, can't meet you emotionally, that's about them, right? It's about their capacity, their nervous system, their childhood wounds and trauma, their own healing journey. So, your job in this situation is not to fix all of that or to try harder to get them to show up differently. The only thing you need to do is recognize that this is their stuff, right? And not take it personally and not make it mean something about you. And the more challenging part here, but also the part that really allows you to take your power back and turn this situation into something that will get you closer to finding your soulmate, to finding the right man for you, is we also want to stay away from things like judgment and blame. So instead of judging him or blaming him, or worse, blaming yourself, we just want to get curious. Like, ask yourself, is there something about this dynamic that feels familiar to me? Why am I drawn to men who can't meet me where I'm at? What might I be getting from spending time with men who are unavailable for the connection I want? And you might be thinking, like, what am I getting? No, it's like all pain and heartbreak. And I totally get it if that question is confusing to you because I've been there too. But I'd really encourage you to stay curious here because for most of us, this pattern goes way back and it may not even be in our awareness yet. But if you learned early on that love was unpredictable or that you had to earn love and attention, your nervous system was wired to find that feeling familiar. And as a way to keep you safe, your nervous system will seek out those dynamics, not because it's healthy, not because it's what you want, or because that's all that you deserve. Absolutely not. It's just because it's familiar. And to your nervous system, familiar equals safe. When you start to see that, it can be painful. Like, yes, it can be very painful, but it's actually a good thing because it means you can start to rewire these patterns and permanently shift them. So, for me, when I started really looking at this pattern in my love life, there were two major things going on here. First, the way I felt in these dynamics with these emotionally unavailable men was very similar to how I felt in my father's presence when I was a young child. Kind of like no matter what I did, I never got the love and attention from him that I wanted. There was also a part of me that actually felt safe in these dynamics, even though I knew in my head that it was unhealthy and it wasn't what I really wanted. Because I didn't ever have to actually be seen or be vulnerable with these men. I didn't have to let them into my inner world, which I was honestly terrified to do. And I could also kind of play the victim. So even though it wasn't what I consciously wanted, my nervous system and my subconscious were simply attracting what would keep me safe. Fast forward to today, I have so much compassion and love for that version of myself. And I know that was necessary for me to get to where I'm at now. And the great news is that you're here watching this video, and that means you're gaining the awareness you need in order to shift this as well. So you're already on the right track. But like, what comes after awareness? How do you actually start shifting this? Well, the first step is to just get curious and stay curious, like I've mentioned. But I also want you to take time to get out of your head and into your body. Like, stop overanalyzing every text, overthinking every date and every little interaction to figure out if someone is emotionally available. Stop spending hours on the internet researching red flags and emotional unavailability. And absolutely no judgment here if you're doing that. That was totally me as well. But something I always say is that you cannot think your way into love. And your body is the most incredible tool you have as a woman. Like, your body already knows. She knows when the man in front of you is bad news. She knows when he's not for you. And she's telling you all the time, you're just not listening. You're not tuned in. But when you're grounded and connected to yourself, you can feel in your body if someone is truly present with you or not. But again, you have to be present with yourself first. You need to be connected to your own body and the messages she's sending to you. To shift this pattern of emotionally unavailable men coming into your life or feeling drawn to those men, like however you want to look at it, you'll just want to practice staying present and connected to your own body. Notice how you feel around him. Notice how you feel when he's not there. Do you feel safe? Do you feel seen and heard? Do you feel calm, or are you tense and anxious? Do you feel this grabby, like lacking energy, like you're not getting enough here? That's your answer. Like, that's all the information you really need. So, if you notice the man you're dating or talking to starts showing some of these signs, starts pulling back, think of it as neutral information and get curious. Like, interesting. I'm still really drawn to this man and want to fix it. Like, I wonder what that's all about. Or, interesting. Like, I really want to express my need for more connection and communication, but I'm really scared to say anything. I wonder what that's all about. And just notice what happens in your body, like what sensations are present. What emotions show up? Maybe some memories pop up. This curiosity is so important because it moves you out of this like victim energy and into your feminine power, where you're completely tuned in to the wisdom and intelligence of your body. And if you're wanting some more guidance on how to do this, you can grab my Embodied Dating Reset. This is the exact framework I used to meet my soulmate after years of broken hearts and situationships with emotionally unavailable men. I'll link that down below in the comments. Once you recognize a man isn't available, your power move is so simple. You just walk away. You withdraw your own energy from this dynamic. Like all this energy you're sending out and away from yourself and onto this man, you're just gonna like gather it back up and we'll bring it back onto ourselves. There doesn't need to be any drama. We don't need to tell this man off or tell him what he's missing. It's just this energy of, okay, like, thank you for showing me where you're at. That's not what I want right now. And when you do this, you've already started to rewire those old attraction patterns in your nervous system. Walking away shows your body and your nervous system that you're finally listening to it, that you're here, you're present, like you got this. That helps build this self trust and the safety you need to experience a new pattern and to choose something different and for it to feel easy and natural. So maybe the first time you walk away from a guy like this, like it's probably going to feel really hard, but it won't always feel that way. And there will come a time, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, when those emotionally unavailable men, they stop being attractive to you and they will probably stop coming into your life altogether. And that's when everything starts to change and you know that your right man is going to show up soon. If this resonated or was helpful, please like, subscribe, share this video with a woman you love that needs to hear this. And if you're ready to go deeper into rewiring these patterns, make sure to check out my Embodied Dating Reset. I'll drop the link in the comments. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.